Resetting is definitely my favorite part of the month, and it is time to do it again for the month of January. So let's get ready to reset. I don't know if you're watching this because you're trying to implement something new into your routine, or you're just trying to figure out if resetting is for you, or you're just curious. Resetting is something that has helped me stay on task, accomplish my goals, and just be all around more productive in the areas of my life that need that productivity. Hello my loves, my name is Nicole Charnel. Welcome to my channel, and in today's video we are resetting the month of January and getting ready for the month of February. I do some basic things to get ready for my reset, which involve a lot of like physical work, things like decluttering, clearing my space, clearing out my inbox and all that. If you watched my previous video, which is pretty much my reset planning video productivity type of thing where I get ready for this reset, I did those things this past week, and now here we are to round off the end of the reset. And I also like to start with reflection. I do take time to reflect on the previous month and see where I have been so I can see where I'm going more clearly and see what I need to address, assess, and change for the next month. So I have a template on my Notion that has a reflection portion within it, and I pretty much track my reflection the whole entire year. I've been doing this now for the last 2 years. So as I click into January in the reflection section or my reset section, I do have a couple of years prior within here. The last year I have 2024. And if I scroll down past this year, I have previous years, which is just 2023. I hope to continue on this portion of my reset for years to come, because I do find it very beneficial every single month to go back and look at what I did before so I can get better in the coming month. Also at the top, I do like to kind of rate the month, kind of give it like a star rating. This month is pretty average, and I'll kind of explain why I feel that way. Definitely to my own fault. So this year for January 2025, my one word to describe the month was weak. I had so many big plans and things that I wanted to do, big goals and all of that for the month, how I was going to reset, how I was going to hit the ground running for a new year. And I just didn't do that. I had some things in place from the previous year, processes and all that, but I wasn't implementing my own processes and I wasn't sticking to my own systems to make the month great. So the month ended up kind of weak, to be honest. Memorable moment though, I did get to go to Disney, go to Orlando. Basically my sister had a work trip this past month and I got to tag along, and while I was there I went to Disney and Universal by myself. So if you're new here to the channel, you will find out that I like to do things by myself, especially when nobody can go with me. I don't like to miss out on something just because I have to be alone, so I will take the time to go by myself. And this is one of the instances. Like I said, she was on a work trip and she had to obligate her time to do work. So I was like, well, while I'm here, I'll relax a little bit, but I'm also going to go to Disney and Universal, and that's exactly what I did. I had a great time going by myself. It was something that I'd never done before, going to an amusement park by myself, but I had a good time, and I got to do all the things that I wanted to do, and I got to relax, or I got to go hard. I got to stand in the lines if I wanted to and get on the rides that I wanted to. It was a good experience, although I would probably rather in the future go with someone. It ended up okay. What I learned was how to revamp habits. So I actually read a book this past month called, I can't think of the exact name of it. And I literally just finished this book like a week ago, but I'll put the cover on the screen. This was a good read in the sense of the portion that I really took away from it was how the author described how to revamp bad habits. So I do have a few bad habits that kind of hinder me from certain areas of growth. For example, I do have a sweet tooth, so usually at the end of my meal, I need to have something sweet. If not, I'm going to eat badly. This is a bad habit. So instead of breaking bad habits or eliminating them, what you need to do really is you need to change that habit into a good habit. So something that I do like to do is have a piece of fruit, maybe have like a smoothie, something that I know will be for my sweet tooth ready before I even start my meal. So if I'm having dinner, I'm already going to have my dessert laid out, and it should be something healthy, and that kind of curbs that craving, that habit of eating something savory and then eating something sweet at the end, but something sweet and healthy. So learning that I can revamp my bad habits was definitely a game changer for me personally. It's not that I have a ton of bad habits, but knowing that I can just change them by just using the habit loop itself was a good eye opener. Like it's not about, it was a little bit about willpower, but like being able to also lean into the fact that it's a habit all on its own and be able to change the habit by changing your cues and rewards. If you want to know more about habits, I do suggest you read the book Atomic Habits. Also, this book that I read that I can't even remember the title of, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his last name, but I'm not 100% sure. The Power of Habit. So, like I said, I did enjoy the book and I did take a couple of good things from it. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it as strongly as Atomic Habits, which is actually a book that I plan on rereading, but I did enjoy it. I feel like Atomic Habits came or was written after The Power of Habit, just because I feel like I can connect more with Atomic Habits than I can with the book The Power of Habit. So, but either way, both of them really good reads if you're interested in habits, creating good habits for yourself, how to revamp habits, and how habits affect your life. Lastly, what I want to improve upon, being disciplined with my diet and fasting. Probably about October, well, let's go the right way, about March to about October, I was super disciplined with my fasting and my diet. My body changed for the better, and getting into the habit of fasting and treating my body in that way, I definitely benefited from that within my fitness journey and within how my body looks and my body changed and all that. However, more recently, I have not been the most disciplined with it. So that's something that I definitely need to improve upon going forward. I kind of got into a better place with my processes and procedures and things and systems that I'm using to be more organized. And now I need to add that to another aspect of my life. One of the things I mentioned last reset was that I am super disciplined when it comes to certain things and then very lax when it comes to other things. So all I need to do is just exercise that discipline in the area that I want to improve upon. So for the month of February, I'm focusing on my diet and my fitness and my fasting to improve upon that area. So focusing my discipline there. I'm really disciplined with going to the gym, working out consistently, listening to my body, stretching and all that. And that's movement of my body. Now it's about the things that I'm putting in my body that I need to be super disciplined on. So like I talked about, I did not do the best in the month of January with staying on track. So I am going to show you my 12-week year, and I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of embarrassed at the fact that I got a 0%. And this was my score. This is my real honest score. Also, as you can see, I've gotten a 0% for most of this 12-week year. I'm literally in week 8 and I'm just getting my act together. I could have given myself maybe like a 10% or a 20% on some weeks, but I feel like at this point I just need to be harsh and say that I've done a poor job on my 12-week year. However, I've decided I'm not going to give up. I'm still going to end the year strong. I have week 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I have 5 weeks left in my 12-week year to hopefully get an 80% or better, 85% or better for each week, and then in turn kind of turn it around for my next 12-week year. So really quickly, I'll just go over my goals again for my 12-week year. First one is to save $1,000 for both my emergency fund and travel. That's $1,000 each. The next is to gain 4,000 watch hours on my YouTube channel. And lastly is to complete my TA training. So I do have strategies, as you can see, set up for each of these goals that I focus on every single week. And then I go through and I fill out my week's tasks and my week tasks and my daily tasks. As you can see here, my weekly tasks are things that are, yes, pretty simple, but still exercise. I have to exercise discipline to take care of them. So planning out my videos, making sure I do my weekly budget, making sure I post on my travel Instagram, as well as posting a long form video and a short form video. Lastly, getting cash and filling out my monthly milestones. So in this video, I am going to go over my monthly milestones, but if you've been watching my resets for the past couple months, I've actually skipped this portion because I haven't been budgeting religiously. And this kind of goes back to how I've been very undisciplined for things that have been really working for me and that I just got super lax on. But now we're getting it back, we're getting it together. But for me to do, for me to make my first goal, which is another $1,000 in my emergency fund, and for my travel, I have to be super disciplined on things like my monthly milestones and doing my budget and stuff like that. So I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I'm not 100% there yet, but I am a work in progress. I'm working towards the better. Also, I have my daily habits. So these are things that I am doing daily to help improve or help me get closer to these goals. And the point of this portion of the 12-week year, so I can give myself a score. And if I have a score of 85% or better, I will achieve the goal. If you don't know anything about the 12-week year, I do have a video explaining the whole 12-week year. But this portion specifically is basically just to track how you're working towards your goal every single day. If you're not working towards your goal, there's no way that you're going to achieve that goal. And that's kind of what this puts in your invisibility within the 12-week year, showing you where you need to be working on your goal, what you're lax on, what you're not paying attention to, what you're not doing, and then in turn kind of getting you in gear. So one of the major things of the 12-week year is really just shortening the time and creating that intensity that causes you to drive towards meeting that goal. And that's how you can do it quickly and within a 12-week time span. So unfortunately, now I only have a 5-week time span because, like I said, I've been doing poorly at the beginning of my 12-week year. So the main reason why I decided not to start over my 12-week year after I've done so bad in the beginning of the first 12 weeks is because I'm going on a vacation at the end of this 12-week year, and I don't want to miss in the middle. So I feel like for me, it just makes the most sense to just go gung-ho for these last 5 weeks, and then I'll start all over again after my vacation at the end of the 12-week year. That's just how I'm looking at it. I mean, essentially you could just start over if it made sense for you, but I feel like I also need to commit to myself and hold myself accountable and say, okay, I said I was going to do this 12-week year and now I'm going to do this 12-week year. If you don't keep your word to yourself, your brain knows that, it sees that, and it affects how you work, affects the things that you do, affects your own stickability with yourself. And this is so true. This is so real. I'm reading the book, The 4 Agreements, really showed me that I need to keep my word. And firstly, I need to keep my word to myself, and then I need to keep my word to others. Next, we're going to talk about my monthly milestones. So I am going to put them here on the screen. I'm just going to be honest. From October, November, December, I did not do a budget. I did not do my monthly milestones. I did terrible for the last 3 months of the year with keeping my finances in order. And I want to say that I didn't get out of control, but as you can see from my credit card bill, I did. And I really think it happened because I wasn't budgeting. I wasn't looking at my money. I wasn't watching very carefully what I was doing, and things got out of hand. And I let them get out of hand. So we're just going to talk through what we got here. In the column of January is basically where I've ended the month. And then the column of February is where I want to be at the end of February. So my first credit card bill did go down about $1,000. And that's because I did save up $1,000 to pay off debt. And I literally just put it right on my card. One of the things that I've been learning with my saving money for paying off the debt is that it's better for me to see the small wins. So once I get to a certain amount of money, I need to go ahead and put that on my credit card so I can see the credit card bill going down, because all I see is it either staying the same or going up because of interest, and that doesn't motivate me to continue to save. So I need to just go ahead and put the money on there and do that. My second credit card bill is astronomical. We're not going to talk about it. And then I also have my student loan debt that I still need to be working on. Bottom line is I cannot let this get out of hand. Again, I can't do it, and I cannot afford to let this continue to happen. So we are going to do better. We're going to be disciplined in all areas of life, not just one. Next, my payoff debt, it is at 0 because, like I said, I did take all that money, which was over $1,000. I think it was $1,400 or $1,200, and I put it right on my credit card. But I plan to have another 100. Now it is so low for 1 month to another. Usually I would have about 400 because I have another bill that's coming up that I did not plan accordingly for, which was 100% my fault. I just know I'm going to have to pay that bill in the month of February. So that's going to affect the amount of money that I can put on my debt. Once again, unfortunate for me not doing my budget. Education, I want it to go from 0 to 50. Christmas is going to go from 50 to 250. So last year was the first year I did it, but I do save for Christmas the entire year, putting away a little bit of money at a time. Next, taxes. My taxes is going to go from 250 to 0 because I'm actually going to do my taxes or get my taxes done in the month of January. Or the month of February, excuse me. Car maintenance, it's at 300. And I want it to go up to 350. I might change this to 400. I feel like I need to be a little bit more aggressive because I do need to get tires at some point, and tires, especially being around 150 to 200 per tire, I need at least $800 to $1,000 to get said tires. Travel 0 to 100. Once again, it could be more. However, I know I have this bill I need to pay in the month of February. Now, the rest are 0 because my kids' birthdays are in the beginning of the year, so those are already taken care of thanks to Christmas, and miscellaneous is currently 0. Now, going down to the emergency fund, I plan to have my next set of emergency funds in March, and honestly, I think I'm going to use my tax refund, Lord willing that I have one and that I have a good one, to go straight to this fund. That's my goal. We'll see how it works and how it works out, but that's what I want to do. Also, skipping down, you can see that the rest of those areas are 0 because I am putting away money for retirement. I just haven't gotten to the percentage that I want to get to. So right now I'm just considering it at 0, and I need to start to work towards figuring this out, understanding it. I really don't understand it. I've been trying, I've been reading books, I've been looking into things. I don't understand it. I need a friend. I need to phone a friend. I need a buddy, okay, to help me with investing and getting my whole retirement situation together. But I digress. We're going to figure it out, but we're going to continue to budget, and we're not going to lose sight of the budgeting again. We're not. So lastly, after I've bared my soul and told you how horrible I've done for the past January in areas that I need to be more disciplined in, I mean, it is honest. I think that's something about this whole week year that I really learned, to just be honest with myself. When I am not doing well, I need to clearly state that I'm not doing well, and then I need to make a plan to do better from this 12-week year, of course, because it tells you to score yourself, and scoring yourself incorrectly or lying about your score is going to do nothing but hurt me and hurt me in the long run. It's not going to help me at all for my score. So I need to be honest. I need to put the correct score in there and making sure I'm talking about what I'm actually doing and what I'm actually going to get better at. So that's definitely something that this whole week year has taught me. It's beneficial, and it's also, I know it's beneficial for me because it's like, okay, I have to admit that I've been doing bad, and now I need to make a conscious decision to do better. Okay, so lastly, the best part, my favorites for the month of January. So my book favorite is Onyx Storm, of course, by Rebecca Yarros. I only say of course because I've been talking about Onyx Storm now for the past few videos. Because I'm a big reader, I do love fantasy. I love the new genre, romantasy, and at this moment that I'm filming this video, I am not 100% done. I'm like 75% done the book. It's 80% actually. It was 79. I think I'm at 80%. And I know I'm going to love it because it feels just as good as Fourth Wing. There's like good things, there's bad things, there's ups, there's downs, there's conflicts, there's revolutions, it's a lot of good things. I also know it's going to end up on cliffhanger, so I'm completely ready for that. Completely ready to just be heart-wrenched. But a lot of stuff has happened that is already heart-wrenching in the book, but it's still like exciting enough for me to keep going and keep wanting to read it. So it's already at least a 4-star. We're going to see if we're going to hit that 5-star feeling, but I think it is because I already feel like if the next book comes out in like another year, I'm going to have to reread all the books again. Why not? Why not? Anyway, it's super good. If you like fantasy, check out Fourth Wing if you haven't already checked it out. It's such a good fantasy book. The second book number 2, not the best, maybe like a 3-star, but book number 1 a 5-star. I think book number 3 is going to be a 5-star as well. Just saying. And lastly, my favorite channel for the month. So her name is Christelle, I believe. Christelle. I'll put her on the screen, but I've been watching her more recently. She is very encouraging to me in the sense of like the fact that she is constantly working on herself. She, you know, has goals and she's working towards. She does monthly resets. She does fitness. She's a very well-rounded human being, and you can tell that she's working on herself to become a better version of herself. And I really like that, especially like somebody who, like me, who also likes to do that. I like to keep getting better, keep getting stronger, listening to self-help books, applying the things that I've learned, applying monthly resets, applying admin days, applying discipline. She's very encouraging on her videos. I think I found her based off of one of my other videos because she does videos kind of along the lines of me. I know she does resets and she's working on 75 hard, a little bit of fitness, a lot of bit of lifestyle, showing like her transition of becoming a YouTuber, which I think is really cool. So that's the kind of videos that she does. And I, just like I said, enjoy listening to her, be encouraging, listening to her talk through the struggles that she's going through. But like, she's also encouraging me, even though she's struggling. And I think that is a great way to like use your YouTube channel and use your voice. She also has like impeccable editing, like the way she sees her videos and like edits them and like puts them together, from her shorts to her reels to her long form videos. She is just all around, like, I think the type of YouTuber that I would like to be, and how like she just uses her skills, I think is pretty cool. So I'm constantly looking on her channel for encouragement, listening to her videos for encouragement, and watching her videos, watching her reels for inspiration, and her shorts and all that. So I really do like her channel. So I will link her channel down below. She is my YouTube favorite for the month. So that's all I have for you guys for this reset. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a little bit of low energy today, but I knew I needed to get this reset done because, one, the reset portion is important for me to go into a new month. I do like to reset, if not right at the end of the month, at least within the first week of the new month, to get my reset completely done. But I do have like a step-by-step guide of what I do for my reset. If you're interested in seeing that, like a template of it, just leave me a comment down below. I got you. I'll send it to you or share it with you. But I do like follow certain steps, do certain things for my reset every single month, so I can make sure I touch on all the things, make sure I assess my goals, make sure I assess the future, make sure I'm doing everything to achieve my goals. So that's what's important to me, you know, making sure my reset is tangible and it's helpful to me, and I want to share that with you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reset video. If you are resetting as well, I hope it was helpful for you in your process. And if you need anything from me, just leave me a comment down below, let me know, and I will hopefully be able to help you out through the interwebs. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and let's get ready to have a good one. Bye.